Okay, so then having developed affectionate love, then we have a great opportunity now to develop compassion, which, together with wisdom, are the most powerful healing minds. Okay? Compassion. Also, we have to say wisdom, but we're emphasizing compassion now. So I'm going to say compassion is the most healing mind, but also wisdom. But for today, compassion. Okay, so most healing mind, most powerful mind for healing ourselves and others. But it depends upon love. Okay, so this is why we first meditated on affectionate love. If we don't love others, then even when we see that they are suffering, it won't move our mind. But if we cherish others, if we care about their welfare, and we see they are suffering, then compassion will naturally arise. As it does with our family and friends, right? Because we cherish them. We feel close to them, we care about them. So when we see that they are suffering, we naturally develop compassion. Our compassion is our Buddha nature, or Buddha seed. Our potential to become an enlightened being. The highest compassion. It is because all living beings have some compassion, which means that all living beings have Buddha nature. Eventually, it is said that all living beings will attain enlightenment. But enlightenment will never come unless we practice spiritual teachings which are methods to improve the compassion we presently have. Okay? We all have compassion. But unless we are well trained in compassion, for example, through practicing Dharma, our compassion is biased and limited. This is not an insult, it's just an observation that Venerable Geshe gives us, Buddha gives us. We need to recognize that we have extraordinary potential for compassion. But at present, it is biased and limited. What does that mean? Well, as I mentioned, we tend to naturally have compassion for our friends and family, small group of people. Some particularly compassionate people have a lot of compassion even for strangers, but many people, not much. And especially not much compassion for those people we find unpleasant, right? Our bad feelings towards others is a huge obstacle to developing compassion for them. So when we find others to be unpleasant and we concentrate on their faults, they're objects of our anger or hatred, of course, we don't feel compassion for them. Quite the opposite. We may want to harm them. Okay? This is a sign of inner sickness. Okay, so we have this our compassion is biased, limited for friends and family. Sometimes we have compassion for strangers. Also, we find it difficult often to have compassion for those who appear to have very good conditions. They have more money, they have better looks, they have more enjoyments, nicer houses, better cars, a better view, right? We often find it higher position, status. We find often difficult to develop compassion for these people. Often these people are the objects of our jealousy, okay? Which is inner sickness, delusion. Also, we find it difficult to have compassion for those who are harming others. These people are often also the objects of our anger, not our compassion. Okay, so if we really want to heal our own mental continuum, of jealousy, indifference, attachment, anger, hatred, and so forth. Then we need to develop and increase the compassion we already have. Okay? Make it deeper and gradually expand it to encompass more and more living beings, until finally we have a sincere, heartfelt wish for all living beings to be permanently free from all sufferings of body and mind. When we generate and find that extraordinary mind called universal compassion or great compassion, this virtuous object, concentrating on this virtuous object, a sincere, heartfelt wish for all living beings to be permanently free from all sufferings of body and mind. This is the most powerful healing medicine through which we will attain enlightenment very quickly following this mind.